Hi, sweeties. How are you doing? Welcome to Naya Sim Awesome Naya. Thank you so much for the support. Hope you all are doing great. So now what they are doing is if you do not like what the president is doing, you should leave the country. And it is actually a settler coming to tell people to leave the country. That is to tell you how majority at times these people are the problem that you are having because they have refused to see the truth and they have also refused to speak the truth. Now, let me tell you, people, why some people are like, why are black people still mad over? Let me tell you something. Palestinians, Arab Americans, let me group them Arab and Muslim Americans, right? And people of color, there are also people of color, Latinos, and all that, Asians. You all were also the people that helped this administration because everything that is going on at this point in time is because of what you voted. Why are black people still mad at you people? They are mad because you disrespected them. They are also mad because you voted against your own interest. You did not just quietly go out to vote, you also rubbed it on their faces, telling them that instead of voting for Kamala Harris, vote for Justine or vote for who? Or Mr. Orange. Where is Rashidi Talib? Where are you all? Let's get.
So I was sitting here, minding my business. I just finished cutting my backyard. Start doom scrolling on the talk, on the TikTok. And I hear about ICE raids in Dearborn, Michigan. Now, all this past week, today's Tuesday, from Friday until today, I've heard well-fed white folks describing every bad thing that Iran has ever done. And I've heard them denigrating and disrespecting the Muslim faith. And a thought occurred to me. Actually, it really wasn't a thought. It was more along the lines of, where are they? Where is that woman who's from South Carolina, who was visiting Dearborn, Michigan, who got in front of a camera and said, if you can't vote for Jill, vote for Trump. But do not think you can vote for Kamala. That's what she called it, is Kamala, but she called her Kamala, and expect to be welcomed in my community. Then she started backtracking and moonwalking like our ass is Michael Jackson on Motown 25, said she shouldn't have spoken for the entire community. Where's that Abbas character, the one that invited Donald Trump to Dearborn, Michigan, who voted for him, only to feel a lot of regret when Donald Trump said he was going to take over Gaza and redevelop it? But the one that I really, really want to hear from is the leaders and coordinators of Abandoned Harris. Where the fuck are you? Where the fuck are you? Do I need to break out the Sword of Omens to find you? Is that what I gotta do? Give me sight beyond sight? The most arrogant, and in hindsight, dumbest fucking things I have ever heard about an election in my entire adult life came from that group, the Abandoned Harris. They used to be Abandoned Biden, then it became Abandoned Harris. I heard it from them. I heard it when they went back to Dearborn and did a story about him. I heard the same thing. They said, I don't know who it was in the Abandoned Harris organization that said it. It's like, I bet next time they'll regret not taking us seriously. That is the dumbest motherfucking thing I've ever heard from anybody that's ever voted in my adult life. They protest voted. They sat at home. They voted for Jill Stein's election cicada ass, or they voted for Trump. And they had the motherfucking nerve to say that. There is a level of vitriol I have for people that did shit like that that will never fade. Never. Mind you, one of my very dear friends, somebody I consider a sister, is a Muslim woman. And we've had, I won't say debates, but I'll call them arguments because that's what they were, about this same subject. I have seen everybody try to run the numbers about how impactful the Arab American or Muslim vote was in the United States. And I think my friend and everybody else seems to be missing the point. Had you said nothing, we would have said nothing. You see, it wasn't the fact that these people voted the way they did. It was the nastiness on the way to doing it. You see, you can do what you want. You are a grown adult. But if you show your ass on the way to doing it, and it then bites you in the ass, don't think we will not be there to remind you of this. Black women were getting disrespected on the way up to this election. Black people were called colonizers on the way to this election. We were called ghetto. Black women were called nasty. Ghetto. Shit like that. There was microaggressions all up and down on the way to this election. Now, had you said nothing, neither would we. How the fuck we gonna know? People seem to think we're mad about your vote. No. It was your disrespect going towards it. That's the shit that pissed people off. I don't know how this is so difficult to understand. As Americans, some of us are used to having elections not go our way. And we retool and keep it moving. One of the biggest reasons a lot of people are pissed off at the Democratic Party is because of how they move come every election. But when you show your ass on the way to doing that, that's another thing. That's disrespect. That's why you get the attitudes that you do. A lot of these people don't realize the contributions that black folks have done in order for them to be able to say the shit that they say to black people. The ability to be able to walk into a voting booth and not have to worry about a poll tax or a grandfather clause. That was paid for in blood, in footsteps, in tears, and in nonviolence. Now, do you have to kiss every black person's ass? Of course you don't. Nobody's asking you to. What we are saying is, take the opportunity that was given to you, do whatever it is that you feel you got to do, and keep it moving. Because when you show your ass, we show ours. We're not mad at Latinos for Trump for voting for Trump. We're mad at Latinos for Trump for being disrespectful on the way to voting for Trump. Nobody's going to be mad at you for voting. Who gives a fuck? Okay, you did. You did what your conscience could take. But you showed your ass on the way. And now, the abandoned Harris campaign people are just so fucking delusional. They think they won something. You didn't. That's why ICE is on its way to Dearborn, Michigan now. The lady from South Carolina who backtracked and moonwalked, you ain't heard from her ass since. The Abbas guy that invited Donald Trump to Dearborn, where's the Muslims for Trump people? Where y'all at? Y'all showed your ass. You did. You showed your anti-blackness. You showed your anti-black woman. And make no mistake about it, it wasn't just these two groups. There's a whole lot of groups that sat up there and showed their whole ass, walked in, voted, came out, got fucked, and now they looking at us like, please stand up. No. We never cared who you voted for. I feel like I'm Red Hood. We forgive you for who you voted for. But why? Why on God's earth did you have to be so disrespectful, racist, anti-black, and anti-black woman while doing it? You won nothing, and you made an enemy out of somebody who really had your back. Congratulations. You really did get what you voted for.
If you don't like President Trump, then you should move. I'm sure the illegals will give you a ride on their plane. I'm so sick of hearing everybody talking trash about Trump and they don't even know what's going on. So it's real easy. Just pack your bags and move. If you don't like President Trump, then you should move.
No. No. Fuck no. I'm not going anywhere. See what I'm saying? No. I'm not going anywhere. I can criticize that orange motherfucker all the fuck I want. Because he's not God, he's not a king, and he's not my Lord and Savior. He's my fucking employee. The money that goes out of my pocket in taxes pays for that orange bastard's fucking lifestyle in the White House, the Air Force One and the fuel, the Secret Service agents, for the whole family living in my house, because the White House belongs to the people. The microphones he talks under and talks in front of, I paid for those. The staff that he has waiting on him hand and foot, I paid for those. The Diet Coke button that he put on the Resolute desk so that his ass can drink Diet Coke, I paid for the Coke, I paid for the desk, and I paid for the button. No. Fuck no. I'm not going anywhere. And follow up, there's not a goddamn thing you can do about it. There's nothing you can do to me. I can criticize him however much I fucking want to. A, he's an employee. B, the First Amendment. And C, I'm a citizen. Born here, raised here, married here, had kids here. I don't even have to get into my service to this place. See, y'all want God on earth and you think Trump is it. That is your right to do so. But it's also my right to say, fuck him. Eyebrows, stiff jank, covered in fuck you sauce, right in the middle of his forehead. There is absolutely nothing you can do to me for saying that. Fuck him. He shits in a diaper. fuck he gonna do to me? You talking about illegals in planes? Why don't you take your plain ass home? Instead of getting on the internet saying this shit. Fuck him. Every day and twice on Sunday. You can worship him like Jesus Christ. I can tell him to go fuck himself. And the beauty of both is that the First Amendment covers both of them. I have a right to criticize my government without my government saying a goddamn thing to me. I can say Donald Trump is currently in a marriage that his wife is doing things to her Secret Service agents. What can he do to me? Arrest me? No. No. Because I can then sue him for defamation. And then he would have to prove that his wife is not having sex with her or Secret Service agents. And then they would bust out with the First Amendment, which is my right to say that his wife is currently banging one of her Secret Service agents. You can get mad. Yeah, don't talk about Daddy Trump. Fuck him. Hard fuck him. Hard fuck him. Oh, hard fuck him. And the fact that you think that this is a flex. If you don't like Donald Trump, you can leave. Fuck you. I'm not going anywhere. Did my house. Did my house. That's my goddamn employee. I don't work for him, nor do I worship him. I don't worship any politician. They are all my goddamn employees. And the moment they took the job that I helped them to get, or tried to help them not to get, the moment they took that job, they became my fucking employees. And I can say whatever I want to about them, wherever I want to about them, however hard I want to say it about them, and there's absolutely nothing they or you can do about it. So as far as if you don't like Donald Trump, you can leave. Nah.
This is all I got. This is all I got from this video. I wanted to say this is all I voted. Yeah, he said it all. The truth is that it was not. Also, I won't lie to you too. I won't lie to you. It was also because they voted for someone who wasn't going to do anything for them. And they also disrespected Black people. Because if I say it was because of the person they voted, if I say it was because of the fact that they voted against their own interest only, are we not be happy? They voted against their own interest, and which is not forgivable, because now we all can see how it is affecting everybody. And they also disrespected Black people in a very horrifying way. All of them, because the fact that they stood their ground saying that instead of voting for, like, they were very proud saying it. And they were saying it not because they were also saying it to hurt Black people, because at some point, you and I know that it became a problem for those that have been following me. If you have not been following, or you do not understand how Black people really became very, very angry, was because at some point they started calling Black people decider, telling that Black people commit some decide, and Black people are also part of the problem they have in the other side. Palestinians are. There is nothing they did not. They call Black people colonizers too. They were really very pissed at Black people. Why? Because Black people chose to vote for Kamala Harris. And that was also the point where they said Kamala Harris is also supporting like she is the one pioneering everything going on in down there. Now, I am going to tell you people this. The fact that they left their president, because these people I don't know why they believe so. I don't know, not like they believe. They forgot that Kamala Harris is vice president, that the president is Joe Biden. You know, at some point, I am not going to lie to you. I remember coming out to tell you people that did anything change? Did Joe Biden resign? Because I know he said he wasn't going to continue. He wasn't going to contest for the second destiny. But I was like, did he resign so that Kamala Harris could continue? But I found out that he did not resign. He was still the president. Because at that point, I was completely in shock that people put remove the fact that they had president and put the responsibility of a president on Kamala Harris when she was just the vice president. It's just like the way you all could see what is going on, right? J.D. Vance and Mr. Orange. Kamala Harris actually came out at point to say that she is working so hard to make sure that there is ceasefire. She said that, right? But I understood that there is a point to where she can speak and where she cannot speak politically. I'm not saying this as a layman. I am saying this politically. Kamala Harris' duty is actually to do what, go and help me sign this. Go and do this for me. I don't know if you all understand that she can never do the president's work except there is an instruction to do. But we still had the president. This president was still there. So at some point, I was very scared that maybe I am reporting on some certain things and I am not even aware of what happened. And then I checked. It was still Joe Biden that was the president. So I was like, why the rage? Because they were very enraged about even Kamala Harris coming out. Black people told them, chill. We are going to make this work for all of us. Because being a vice president is different from being a president. They turned on black people. They ended up doxing black communities were doxed. Black people said, we are out. Let's go and focus on what is going on in our community because they need to organize for the election. Excuse me. Which they did. And then that was where the problem all started. That was how they went wrong. The disrespect, all of it was all in abundance. They all went all out to say, if you ever vote for Kamala Harris, and they made it clear, instead of voting for Kamala Harris, vote for Justine or Donald Trump. So it was at some point, it wasn't a fight to make life better, right? Get this. It was now a fight to punish black people for saying they are going to support Kamala Harris. To them, black people are their problem, but they do not have foresight. They were not seeing what black people saw. And now they run away. All of them are all out on the internet. They run away. So many of them are no longer on the on social media because they know what they did. What was this one? Maya Ioni. That one is going back and coming back, going and coming. Yeah. But this is the situation. I am sure you all are enjoying the peace. Where is Justine at this point in time? Where is Justine? I don't know where the woman is. I haven't heard anything about her. Nothing. That is to tell you how clueless you all are. Very clueless human beings. And you all will come out here and say you are smart. And the fact that majority of them are like 22, 25, 30 years also, right? But someone from 22 years to 30 years is old enough. old enough to know something. And then it is them challenging people that are 40 something, 50 something, that have lived the experience, that know what it is. Some of them, this is actually their first time of voting. Some of them, their first time of voting. But they refuse to listen to the people that have been voting for how many years, right? They refuse to learn from the people that have lived this life for how many decades. Some people are like from 40s upwards. 40 is actually not old, but let's say from 40s upwards, that knew what they have experienced at speaking, and you that have lived 20 years or 25 years is out there insulting your elder. That shows the impunity, the audacity, the effrontery. But yeah, you and I, your eyes is now your friend at this point in time. You are saying it, right? Kudos. And to the woman that said, if you don't like it, leave it. Leave to where? I hope you are not talking to black people, because you are a settler. Black people, it is also their land. So if there is anybody to leave, go back to Europe. Bye for now.